Galamian, but he also studied with Jacques Thibault.
Oh, right.
So, but to go back to your question, yes, like all violinists, I thought Heifetz was someone just inhuman. His consistency of what he could do, and everybody had, all American kids had complete um, obsession with Jascha Heifetz.
And I've got to ask you, you have to tell the anecdote we were talking about earlier, because I heard it years and years ago on the radio, and I got it slightly wrong, so maybe you could share it with us absolutely correctly.
After I won the competition in 1967, by then I had studied more than 7 years with, about 7 years with Mr. Kalaman, and I wanted to study with Jascha Heifetz. And Mr. Kalaman would not provoke that, so without telling him, I made a trip to Los Angeles. And my sister, cellist Myung-Ha, was already studying with Grammphone. And so I was told, she played regularly chamber music with Heifetz and all the musicians there. And my sister says, he's a very strange man. I said, oh, no, he'll be fine. I had confidence that I could connect with him. But everybody warned me, you mustn't be late for the audition. If you're late, you won't even get into the door. And so in LA with terrible highway traffic, and I thought I was late, I ran up to the studio, and it's knocking, I banged on the door, and no answer. And suddenly, just out of this little crack, a face appeared, practically my nose, and there was Jascha Heifetz. I was so shocked and I said, I think I have an audition for you, for you. And he said, in 3 minutes. Bang, went the door on my nose. And somehow, I was terrified for that day. But somehow that made me so angry. I walked on into the audition, and he said, what do you want to play? And I said, Scottish Fantasy. And I don't know how many of you are physically aware of what the violin does in terms of bowing. Hardest for me in those days was to start in softest pianissimo upward, on the seventh position on A string. And so I trained myself so much. In fact, when I went into the competition, I decided to impress the jury. And I started with the B flat on the A string. Absolutely. No trembling. And I told my pupil, once you go, you've got few minutes to impress people. Your first note will already send a message. They'll either listen or their mind will wander. If you could get their attention with your first note, then you have a chance. And I tried so hard, and so there I was. Being nervous, and I thought, right, I got to show Jascha Heifetz what I can do. So I started. And after I played, he paid me the biggest compliment. He says, I think you love playing the violin. And coming from him, that was a wonderful compliment. But I couldn't stay there because he did break his promise. I went there and said, I would like to study with him, but I've got engagement which I had to do for my competition prize, and that I cannot break. And he said, no problem, come. And then at the end of the audition, he said, you must play the viola, you must play the piano, you must get rid of the timbres. And for someone, with my kind of passion, I don't have a long neck, but I need the shoulders. Now I can play without. It doesn't make any difference for me now. I couldn't. For that reason, no study with him without the shoulders, and I couldn't start to learn to play. play the violin at age 19. I thought I was already over the hill, just about to reach 20. So finally, I made a very difficult decision overnight, and next day flew back to New York and went back to Mr. Balan and I said, and he had no idea when to play for Heifetz. And then I said to Mr. Balan, I would like to go and study with Joseph Sigeti. And so I did go to study with Sigeti one summer, which was a wonderful experience.
So